Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round 11 here of the Season 13 SOR F1 2021. Here we are in Shanghai, China, the 5.4-kilometer circuit with 16 corners and 2 DRS zones, one on the back straight and one on the main straight. Elevation changes very much around this circuit with wide, twisty turns. Moving on to the actual track, I believe it is rainy. Tis, and we will change a few things. We'll go to 6. There you go. And yeah, so coming into today's race, Luke is the championship leader, but Maple is just behind. And considering Maple's the only one racing, then it looks like Maple has a clear-cut opportunity to close into points. Oh, I need to check something. Is the sound low? Just testing the sound. It sounds like it's low. No, it doesn't seem like it. But anyways, we'll ride on board with Maple for a lap around Shanghai in the wet. Braking point. Oh god, and he's gone very wide. Braking points, turning points, throttle inputs, the whole lot will be different. So going into the final corner now to start a lap, we won't be able to ride on board with him because of the engine glitch, and I want to keep my eardrums. But going into turn 1, you want to keep... Oh, he was on a lap. It's a 43.6, but I think he might have just gone on a warm-up lap, maybe not. Let's check the ERS. He has like 4. Okay, well, he's on a lap, so I guess we'll just keep riding on board with him. Your throttle, trying. Oh god, he's all loosey goosey there on the exit. Don't know if that would have cost him time. Let's see. Yes, he is 3/10 down at his time as Mirandix goes P1 with a 42.7, and Jopie goes in front of his former teammate Maple with a 43.1, and Maple is very sideways through there, and I think he's going to abort this lap. It's been too clean as of now, but he'll keep at it, I'm sure. Moving forward back, Kiki Hunter now with a minute flat Sector 2 time. Oh, and he's lost the back end, so this lap definitely isn't going to count for much. As Phoenix puts in P1 with a 42.7. Good stuff from the Renault driver. And he comes to the coastline. He doesn't go last, even with that spin, he doesn't go last. I'm sure the people behind him also spun. We'll move forward, try and catch someone on a lap. Jopie's on the lap. He's only now he's 900ths of a second down, or up, sorry. So he is looking to improve. This corner is very difficult on the dry, let alone the wet. We'll have to a nice clean exit come the end of the straight, but he did get the clean exit. Now he is coming straight. Good exit through the final corner is crucial. Let's see, gets good entry. Ooh, not too good exit, and that's going to be an invalidation. It would have been an invalidate 42.9, which would have put him, which would have still kept him in P3. So nothing too much wrong about that. So we'll go on board with someone who is on lap. His teammate, Mirandix, looking to improve on a 42.7. all he has to do is improve by 600ths to get in front of Phoenix. So shouldn't be too difficult. And he's already a tenth and a half, or a tenth down on his time, and that lockup and going deep into that corner, I'm sure isn't going to help. So Vigo puts himself B4, just ahead of Mabel, just behind of Trophy with that 43.4. So I would say the track will be improving come towards the end of the race. Let's see, sector split, he's 500s down, so he can definitely make up some more time if he can get a nice, good exit through here in the last final sector. Seems to be a bit drifty through there. Oh, he's still drifting, so I don't think he's going to be improving on this time, but as we absolutely bottled the final corner, he will find an improvement. And he's aborted and he's gone into the pits. So he's definitely not going to be improving. Phoenix still on a lap. And someone in front of him who I believe is also on a lap. Encore, yeah, I do believe he is on a lap, so he won't be getting it out of the way, but Phoenix is far. I don't know, he's in a lap. He was in an in lap, and Phoenix looks like he's going to be improving on his time, and he does a 42.6, so he is just under a tenth faster than his previous best. Trophy once again trying, but is almost 3/10ths down on his time, so I don't know if that's going to be an improvement. Second down, 3 seconds. Kick Hunter coming across the line is 53. Slice in the pits, 2 laps on an out lap. Awkward's in the pits. Mark Nicky is invalidated lap, and Fox is on a hot lap, so we're right on board with him. It's 59.6, was it? Couldn't read it quick enough, but let's see exactly what happens. Comes across final straight, and would have been the DRS activation point, but as we all know, wet conditions mean no DRS, or fear that if you lose control, you will essentially be sent to Neptune, which makes sense. And he comes across the line. It's going to be enough P7 with the 44.5. Look at that from Mr. Fox in the AlphaTauri. Mabel's out on out lap. Wigo is just admiring his drifts there. Was drifting through there. R10 is coming out. No, he isn't. It's not coming out. It's Drakus Flight coming out. So yeah. In the whole field, we only have 2 people. Yeah, 2 or 4 people who have teammates. Oh, Phoenix improves on his time again. Does a 42.4. So good stuff from him. But as I was saying, the Mercedes boys and the Williams boys will be affected if there is a safety car, because they're 2. Then the other ones, they're all in their own individual teams, so they won't be getting held up by anyone. Won't have to worry about going a lap extra, teammate box the same lap as them, etc. Which is handy because they can get perfect tire life and use it to their advantage. But on the other hand, Tropy and Verandic seem rather quick, so if they are right next to each other and there is, let's say, a condition change mid-race, the Mercedes team will be affected. I'm sure these guys don't go for constructors, they mainly just go for driver position. It's Maple, right on board with Maple, who's trying to get himself into the top 5. Or say top 3, let alone the top 5, but I'm sure Maple will manage to pull something off as he comes across the second sector split and is already almost 2/10ths up on his time, which will promote him to P5. and that's only in the first sector, so I'm sure there's easily 3-4 more tenths alone in the last 2 sectors that he could find as he drifts through that corner. So that could have been perhaps a tenth lost. And keep in mind, if it's a dry race, these guys will be running a dry setup, which won't be the best on the cars. As he's 3 tenths up, so he hasn't lost time. Coming across the final long corner, as the Red Bull in the way, looking to give a tow perhaps. And he does give a tow, but that's going to be very awkward because Red Bull did not know where to move, so luckily they didn't both move to the inside, otherwise that would have been game over. Maple coming across the final corner now. Let's see, will it be an improvement? It will be an improvement, but where will he put himself? He goes P3 with a 43 flat and goes 6 tenths faster than his other time, and he's going out again, but we will move on to someone new. Trophy's on the out lap, but we'll move on to his teammate, who is a mid-lap. And he went purple on the first sector, so good start to Mirandic's lap. He's gone purple in the sector and sector as well, meaning that this is a rather good lap from the Mercedes driver. He's coming across the final straight, final back straight. And we'll have to see what time he does. As a 42.4 is the time to beat. It was over 2 tenths quicker. All he has to do is now bin it in the final corner, and he should see himself. Oh, and he has binned it. I have given him the curse, and he comes across the line, and it would not have been pole position. Would not have been pole position, but would have been close. But that means that he's validated this and next lap, and I wonder if he'll be able to drive to the pits and come out in time, considering probably, let's say, 30 seconds. Yeah, no, I think that's the end of Mirandic's qualifying, unless if he has enough fuel. No, he has 0.9. Yeah, he's gonna have to come in this lap. So gonna be a push lap really this lap. As Maple now continues his run as he does improve. He was at 43.0, now to 42.9. See what he can do this lap. There's a big drift here, but I'm sure in his quickest lap he probably corrected that and fixed it. Oh, it's very deep into that corner. I don't think he's going to be improving too much there. He's 2 tenths down on his time, so I don't think he's going to be going improvement this lap, but we'll come back to him as Trophy is 200ths quicker. Someone spun at the back, that's Kiki Hunter. 3 tenths up on his time. This will, oh, nice drift. The Trophy has 1 more straight to go. Duplev's retired, and he's abandoned this lap trophy, so he's looking to go again. Perhaps try and set a better lap. Brandix has retired from the qualifying, so that's the end of him. He has to hope that no one behind improves. So now we have Phoenix, Trophy, and Maple all looking to do some hot laps. Trophy now comes from the lines. First we'll have, I believe, Ooh, Maple's invalidated, so that's the end of his qualifying as well. That means it's really in between Tropy and Phoenix. As of now, Phoenix is in the clear. Unless if Tropy can pull off a sensational lap. We'll stay on board with Tropy, see what he can do. Comes across the first sector split, he is a tenth and a half up. Let's see about Phoenix. Phoenix has invalidated. Phoenix has invalidated his time, so that means that it's just on Tropy. So this is all on Tropy. If he can get himself on the front row of the grid, or if he can get himself onto pole position. That is the question. As Maple retires from the session, and he's gone purple in the second sector, and Phoenix has retired, so this could be huge for Tropy. Right now he is going P2, so if he can find an extra 3 tenths on this lap, he will be on pole. So this could be mega. Let's see. All he has to do is pick out the perfect braking points, pick out everything, try and see where he can improve. Now he just has to yeet it as R10 and Mark Nicky jump Tropy. But Tropy now is going to come across the line. Will it be pole position? Yes, it is. It's a pole position by 3 milliseconds. And the Mercedes garage are happy and are in a good mood, I could say, after that. As a King Hunter loses the back end, and let's see, is he improving? He's 6 tenths down his time. Probably retire or drive to the pits. So that's the end of qualifying. Tropy's on pole with Phoenix, Mirandix, Maple, Mark Nicky, R10, Wigo, Encore, Fox, 2 laps to round up the top 10. KK Hunter bested the rest with Drakusfly in P12. And he's fully spun now, and he's retired from the session. So onto the race we go. Now it will be interesting to see if it will be dry or wet going into the race. My guess is probably dry. And it is dry. Looks to be very dry. Must be a good kind of dry. As we wait for everyone to come back. Right, as we get moving, I'd assume everyone will go for the medium's hard strategy, as it's just the better strategy, as Moranix thought to start on the hard, so he'll probably go hards, mediums, and we go on the soft, so he's looking to get a fresh start, but he will suffer come the end of the race. Other than that, everyone else is on mediums. Alright, as get along with the formation lap, as Encore and Fox have been disqualified, so I'd assume they probably got a little tangle. Alright, as everyone lines up. Alright, as we have everyone lining up on the grid here for what will be the Chinese Grand Prix. Round 11 here for Season 13 in SOR. Of 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, and 5 lights. So we wait for the awkward pause. And it's lights out, and away we go, and it looks like it's a great start from Dropey as Phoenix tucks in just behind the Ferrari, getting all loosey-goosey there on the back of Moranix as they go down into turn 1. It looks like there's a 3-wide battle going into turn 2. Maple just keeping the inside line, which will give him the advantage for the first one, but not for the second one. And Moranix tries to go down the inside, and he does, and he keeps the position, and Maple jumps Moranix going into turn 2. But let's see, can we see any more action there going through the back? It looks like the Alfa Romeo Wigo will dive down the inside of 2 drivers, and looks like gets the move done on both of them. So great start from Wigo, making use of the softs there really early, as it looks like Mark Nicky is attacking on R10 and goes very wide, and that will allow R10 to perhaps try and go around the outside, but it's not good enough for him, as the 2 Williams boys, or not Williams, the AlphaTauri and the Williams getting at it down at the back. But that is lap 1, or not lap 1, that is the first 2 sectors, and we've already had a lot of action, so hopefully more of that in the entire race, and that would be great. As going down the back straight now, we see everyone, we see that elevation change, just that little edge. Duplev, I believe, is lost 2 positions, so he must have done a mistake. Something must have happened, as Trophy uses all of his overtake, Jesus, and he's still using it just to make sure that Phoenix doesn't get him back into turn 2, or Jesus, turn 2. It's the final corner after the straight. We'll go back. Looks like R10's relatively close, and we'll switch on. Looks like R10 is close, and he goes wide, and that will definitely be a warning. No doubt about it, as what on earth is going down there at the back. We have the Roots Fly, we're going at it, as we have another, oh god, Fox has gone down the inside of Encore, but it didn't manage, as he's going to try and hang it down the inside. Will he stick it? No, he doesn't, but he gives plenty of space, Encore does, and Fox just isn't there, so that would have compromised both of their exits, and that means that perhaps KK Hunter could get a look on Fox, but he is too far away. Come the second sector. Move up to try and catch some of this, because Vigo now making use of those softs perfectly the way he would have imagined them to be, but keep in mind these softs can only go a limited distance without suffering, especially around China. I'd assume at around lap 7 or 8 he will already be struggling, so now it's just a matter of time before he starts falling down the order. But as of now, he's in a comfortable position in P4. Maple will obviously struggle to keep up with him, but I imagine in a couple laps time he will be in front. We have a spinner at the back. We have Tractor Supply, as oh, he's absolutely spun before the wide corner, or he could have gone maybe gone too crazy on the throttle. Not exactly sure what happened there, but we have Vigo who spun. Who were saying he was in a comfortable position. He is now no longer in a good position, and he gets a 3-second time penalty for counter reckoning. I'm sure if he's in a position where that customer place, that will be removed. But Wigo, with a very good start, now finds himself in 11th in the pits, and perhaps maybe we might see a retirement as Vigo goes 5 seconds being in pit lane, as Phoenix and Trophy going side by side into turn 2 at the long right-hander, and Wigo does indeed retire in the pits. But now these two, the top two, will we see a battle going into the second sector? Yes, we will. And looks like Trophy has outbraked himself just a bit. Phoenix gives him the big squeeze, and Phoenix then loses the back end. These two have no ERS anymore. These two have been using it to keep in front. That means that Moranix will be able to pounce if these two hold them up. But it looks like Phoenix gets in front of Trophy in the end. And see, that light is already flashing. And considering here, there are a lot of straights and not that many hard braking points, that could be a big factor come towards the end of the race. The only big braking zone you have is a hairpin, and after the main straights and after Sector 2 split. Other than that, you're really on your own, but it looks like Dropey will have the DRS and won't use too much of his DRS because he sees the Phoenix's light is flashing. That means that we will have a dive down the inside in lap 3. These two already squabbling for P1, and it looks like Phoenix will get the switchback. They bonk tires, and Phoenix can't really fight this too much with no ERS. But tell you what, Trophy is in the exact same boat, but these two right now are fighting hand over fist, and that has allowed Moranix to catch up by almost 5/10 that lap alone. And it looks like these two are still going to go side by side. They're going to do a repeat of what happened last lap, and these two still at it. Phoenix getting the upper hand though. As of now, he's going to try and hang around the outside. Trophy gives him the big squeeze on the curb, but it looks like these two are still side by side going into the second sector. There's so much action here. Going down into the second sector, will they come out still side by side? And it looks like Phoenix might have just have edged him off, but due to nature of the corner, Trophy will have the inside line, and that means that they'll still run side by side for the entirety of the first and second sector. They've been side by side, and it looks like they're still going to be side by side going into his left-hander. This is excellent stuff, and let's see, will they still be side by side? No, it looks like Trophy just manages to edge Phoenix off, and that is that for this lapse of action. But I do remind you, there is a DRS zone just coming up, and I believe Maple has actually managed to get in front of Moranix. So that means that Maple now is behind these guys, and on the mediums it'll be similar pace, especially if these two squabble as hard as they've been squabbling. Maple might be able to take advantage and get in front. But here we go. Phoenix tries to go around the outside on the Mercedes driver. We'll do exactly what happened last round, get the switch back, but loses the back end. We get a terrible camera angle as Trophy is just about ahead. Oh, they make contact. They're still making contact. Phoenix is forced out wide because Trophy was just there down the inside, but it looks like Phoenix is trying to battle this with overtaking. This is crazy. They're going to go side by side again, but this time more contact, so hopefully we don't see one of these two absolutely binning it and getting crashed out. But it looks like Trophy tucks in behind Phoenix for now, and it looks like we won't have a lot of side by side going down into sector 2 and everything. But that means that Maple has now found himself within the DRS detection point of the top two, so this can be big for the Racing Point driver, who I believe is 20-ish points behind P1. So if he can get into P2 or even P1, then that could be big for his championship. But right now he just has to stay within a second to Trophy, and that looks like it will be achievable. So hopefully these two don't squabble out, because Maple otherwise will be in the mix of it. And by the mix I mean will be literally going for position as well, as Maple gets a 3-second time penalty. So yeah, it looks like he'll be struggling a bit more now to get in front. But Phoenix not having that much ERS, keep in mind. Maple having double the amount of more ERS than the top two combined. So this could be big for Maple as well, but it's all raw pace in China. If you're not quite there, you will be struggling to get in front of people in front of you, as Trophy seems to be weaker at that final corner, unless if he's actually trying to send it. But Maple is closer to Trophy than Trophy is to Phoenix, and not anymore. It's a pretty intense fight as of now. Fight, as we only have 11 runners left, and the 11th place isn't anywhere near the top 10 as of now, but sure he'll turn on the boost and go for it. But otherwise, everyone from 1st to 9th all very close to each other. As we have Mark Nicky, who's also very close to Brandix, who goes purple first sector. So Mark Nicky's tires starting to come alive here at the Shanghai Circuit Lap 6. And I've just noticed, one sec, I hadn't turned down the sound on OBS, so that means that my voice could have been a bit lower than it should have, but Brandix is defending this with his ERS. He's gonna try, he's not gonna be able to get him, but it looks like the top 5 now all within the DRS, so the 2 squabbling up front has really cost him big time. And and Mark Nicky is going absolutely white there in the final corner. It's not going to help him at all. Now it's anyone's race to win in the top 5. I could imagine a DRS zone down that straight that they were on, but I don't know if they will allow it, considering there's that little turn, but I don't think that should affect them too much. Look at Russia, their term for similarly angled corners, so could be possible. Could be someone to chat with the FIA team, but I'm in no position to do that, so I'm just going to shut up and watch the race. Maple falling back 8/10, 9/10 a second, so did Maple get DRS? Was he within a second? Yes, he was within a second, but if he's struggling that much to keep up with them now, I don't know if going to be able to get up as Dragonfly gets a 3-second time penalty, and Dropey almost rams into the back of Phoenix. So Phoenix breaks early for that corner, gets a better exit, and Dropey breaks super late for that corner and somehow made up time to Phoenix. So them both breaking at very at big margins of their respective things. Like Phoenix breaks early, and Dropey breaking early or late could mean that balances out. The extremes, that's the word I'm looking for, since both are going in certain extremes in their own ways. Balances out, and in the end Dropey makes up time. But it looks like Dropey has the advantage on braking. Breaks very late through there and made up a 10th through that braking point alone. So tell you what, I fancy Dropey's chances here, but I also fancy Phoenix as much as I do Maples, Brandix, and Mark Nicky. I do remind you, Mark Nicky staying perfectly. Oh god, and Phoenix loses the back end. But Mark Nicky keeping up with these medium runners perfectly, really. You know, he's in the best position as of now that he could be on the hards compared to fresh mediums. And he's going to be on fresh mediums come the end of the race. So he'll be zooming on by, and people behind won't be able to do much on him. But if the hards can keep up, then that's usually a good sign, as Trophy will use the advantage of late braking to go down the inside and squeeze Phoenix off to the bad curbs, and Phoenix won't get a good exit because of that. And now he finds himself behind Trophy, brakes late, goes very wide, comes back on the track, doesn't get a penalty, but I'm sure he got a warning for it. And now he's going to be attacking him again, and we might have some side-by-side action as he tries to go around the outside into turn 1. Dropey will have the advantage coming into here, but not into the second, as he gives him the big squeeze. He gave him a perfect amount of space there. Phoenix forced to lift off the throttle a bit and come outside the exit. They are. Who's ahead? Looks like it's Dropey, but just about, as a big squeeze there on the curb. And Phoenix is forced to yield the position to Dropey, or not. He's going to try and go around the outside through this flat right-hander, but I think due to the nature of the corner, it's too dangerous to do so, as Dropey will understeer into him. now it's up to Phoenix to keep up with Dropey, but we've seen Dropey has more ERS and Phoenix doesn't, so that could be a big game plan for Dropey if he can keep just save his ERS. Really, he doesn't have to fight too much, but as you can see, Phoenix already with 0% ERS, meaning that essentially right now it's just the car doing the work. There's no actual overtake being used. He looks to the inside, doesn't go to the inside, but he keeps his overtake button on mid corner, so that's gonna do that. Give him a nice back end loss. And come through here, he will virtually have no ERS to attack with, so for this lap again he's gonna have to stay behind. Dropey goes a bit wide into turn 1, which could open up Phoenix's chances, but Phoenix wasn't close enough to take advantage as Phoenix drifts through the final corner. It looks like Phoenix is struggling a bit on those on the mediums. I'm sure they're at the end of their lives right now. They're probably boxed out. Probably boxed around lap 14, 15, and they go on the meat or hard. Or if they're feeling risky, they might go to lap 20 and box for the softs. I don't know if they'll be able to do that. Both now low on ERS as Dropey has the red flashing light, so Dropey didn't go for my commentating advice, if you will, as Drakusfly is in the wall. He hasn't lost his front wing, but he has lost a lot more times, so not exactly ideal for him, but he might come back into the pits to retire, but who knows. I think now everyone is trying to get their own flow and not trying to push the tires too much, but I'm sure they're Phoenix has fallen very far behind, so that could have been huge. As Tropey goes into the pits, so he blinks first, and Maple follows him, so he will now go to the hards, I'd assume, and go to the end of the race. That. He comes out the pits, and both will get in front of the Red Bull, so none of them will be held up. But we will go on. We will stay on board with. Stay on board, see exactly how far you can go. gone purple in the second sector, so this could be huge if he wants to get the undercut. But Phoenix will be coming into the pits now, I'd assume. He does. So does Mark Nicky. Oh yeah, he's on the mediums or softs or Jesus hards. Mark Nicky stays out as well though, but Phoenix now on the pits. Where's Tropy? Tropy is coming across the final quarter now, so a lot of people boxing, but a few people opting to stay out. But now overtake mode is enabled. Did he get the undercut that he wanted on Phoenix? As there's Phoenix on the right, and he did get the undercut by not that big of a margin, but it is an undercut nonetheless. And Phoenix now will have 1 lap fresher tires, so we'll see if that is an advantage come the end of the race, but I doubt it will be. But now that Tropy is comfortable on these hard tires, got them heated up, he can push a lot quicker than Phoenix can, and could see himself stay in front for a little while longer, as the top 3 drivers have to box, who are still in the mediums. But as Mark Nicky has spun, he's saved it though, and this is going to cost him a heap of time. He was in a very good position to even potentially win this race, but now I think he's thrown that straight out the window, and he'll come out behind the likes of where Fox is. So that isn't exactly ideal for him, but tell you what, Mirandix, if he does have good tire saving, he could go to lap 20 or even lap 19 and go on the softs towards to the end of the race, because they will be fresh since he didn't use them in qualifying. So as risky as that could be with the punctures and everything, it's still a very big possibility as Maple gets himself another 3-second time penalty, so he's at 6 seconds. But I don't think he will be in risk of being within 6 seconds of anyone come to the end. They are in a league of their own at the moment, these 3, but don't keep Mirandix out, as he might be able to do something. As Phoenix has found us up in front of Tropy, we must have missed that. Apologies. But with a little over 10 laps to go, it's not impossible, especially if these 2 keep squabbling. Mirandix could take that advantage and level out the time loss due to tires and these 2 squabbling and go longer, or he could be conservative and go on the mediums, depending on his tire wear. He'll make the decision shortly, but if I saw that my tires as of now were only in the 50s, I would try and see how far I can go, especially that 14. If it's around 60, then I will probably box. Probably box 15, 16, and then go like that. But onto lap 15 we go. And these 2 don't have that much ERS. Both have the flashing lights, so it'll be big, but it looks like Phoenix is quicker as of now, and is a second quicker this lap than Mirandix, so yeah, 33.9 compared to 34.5. So Phoenix is very much quicker than Tropy on these hard tires, but we'll have to see if he can consistently stay quicker, because we did see him when he was struggling on the mediums, or struggling on the tire wear at the end. Tropy managed to stay with him and attack him a few times. But if that happens again this time, then that could be the difference between who wins between these 2. Heck, it could even be Brandick. Average time loss in the pits, I would say, on this track will probably be around 20-22 seconds-ish, give or take. So, so 18 seconds, he'll only come out 2 seconds behind, and if he's on the softs, or even on the mediums, he will be much quicker than these guys. If we want to see a big difference in pace, we'll have to see the softs be whipped out. Because softs, used quality softs, can go about, from my memory, 6-7 laps. So I'm sure he can make if he boxes lap 29 laps on fresh softs. But will he take the risk? Now that I'm saying that in my head, I think the smart decision would be to box maybe this lap and go on the mediums. But time will tell. It looks like these two are a second faster a lap, so the longer he goes, further back he'll be behind this group of cars. So it is a difficult predicament right now for Marantix to see if he can go on the softs or if he goes on the mediums. But I'd assume where he comes out will be somewhere in front of Maple, or even behind. So we'll find out towards the end of the race, but it looks like Marantix, regardless of where he is, he will be jumping Maple. So it looks like P3 will be to Marantix, unless the Marantix spins it, or Maple finds some mega pace and can therefore keep up with these guys. But as of now, it looks like the top two here of Tropy and Phoenix are very quick. Don't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. I feel like Tropy is just managing his tires a bit more, and they're both on even amounts of ERS, and both are using it down this straight, and it looks like Phoenix has used it a bit more. As I said, time will tell. As Tropy goes fastest with a 33.8, and Marantix did come into the pits and will go on the mediums. Now, does he come in front of the Racing Point driver? That could be big for this race, and it looks like he just about does. So now with 12 laps to go, he has 5 seconds to make up to the top two and potentially win this race. But yeah, he's opted to go into the mediums rather than the softs. I think mediums is just the smarter decision, but yeah, it will be interesting. I feel like he will be able to catch up, but catching is one thing, overtaking is another. As we see, being in a position where you get to charge people down on fresher tires is always quite fun, and it is very rewarding when you go on the alternative strategy and it works. But Phoenix with a big back end loss, that's definitely going to cost him a lot of time, as Marantix gets a 3-second time penalty, so he won't be jumping Maple that easily anymore. So now it's all about Marantix. If he can get in front, he's already made up a second this lap, and Tropy's connection seems to be a bit dodgy. So 5.3 seconds was the gap when he came out the pits. Marantix crosses the line and it's 4.3, so not even an entire lap, he's made up a second. And we have a spinner, that is Dracus Fly, who spun at the exits of this very corner. Let's see where he is. He's on the left somewhere. Oh yeah, he's facing the completely wrong direction. So he might get disqualified if he doesn't move quickly. He's reversing now, as I can see. And he's been disqualified for parked in a dangerous location. But being 44 seconds behind P10, I don't think he can be mad with that. I don't think points were really achievable after I believe spinning or being taken out in the first lap. There's not much he can do after that. So now we have everyone who finishes the race will be guaranteed a finish in the points. So everyone here, points for everyone. Yippee. R10 might finish. Oh god, we have a move. Marantix is very close to Fox as Cake Hunter gets a 3-second time penalty, but as I was saying, R10 might be able to get P4 here if he stays close, and we have a spin. I don't know what that. Oh, was that? it was an Alpha Tauri, yeah, so it was Fox. Fox was very close, and now he's behind. And he spun. But now R10 is going to try and go down the inside. Mark Nicky breaks late. Brandix goes quickest with the 33-1. Looks like R10, if he can get within 6 seconds of Maple, he could get P4 here in this race. But now it's just a matter of time. R10 will, I presume, fly by it with DRS and ERS. Moving up, though, we'll go on board with Mirandix as we'll see his progress of catching up. And it looks like these two aren't done fighting, actually. Oh, they made contact. There was big contact. There was actually quite a big shunt. And we finally see them back. And it looks like both still have their front wings. And Fox, or R10, sorry, weaves left and right to apologize. Coming across here, looks like R10 stays in front, and that will be the remainder of that. But now, big battle, 10 laps to go, or 9.5 I should say, and Mirandix has very much caught up to these guys, and I don't think Tropy will hold him off too much. If anything, I believe he'll just let him by, try and attack Phoenix. There's not much the top two can do as far as defending goes, because Mirandix will get better traction, will get better everything really on these medium tires. Now it's just all about managing to keep up, but Dropy isn't in the DRS anymore of Phoenix, so right now he's a sitting duck to his teammate, and that could be big for his confidence levels, but I'm sure Dropy might be able to catch up this lap. He is quicker in the first and second sector, but the third sector, that's where Dropy seems to be lacking a bit. It's 1.6 seconds is the gap. He needs to make up 6/10 in 2 sectors, or actually in a sector, in order to get the DRS on his teammate and try and get the jump. So now it's all about precision. If he can drive that car to its limits, and just has to make up 3/10 in order to get in front. He needs to make up 2/10. I don't think he's going to be close enough unless if he can break extremely late through here and find the time. There was the detection point there, and he's not close enough. Dropy isn't in the DRS of Phoenix. That is official. And it looks like it will stay like that for the rest of this race, with 8 laps to go when these guys cross the line. Looks like Tropy will more than likely let his teammate by, try and get him to attack, because there's not really that much in holding up your own teammate. 333. Didn't quite catch what Phoenix's lap time was, but I could definitely tell Mirandix is definitely quicker than the top two as of now. And this tire advantage and speed will last the entirety of the remainder of the race, and if anything get even stronger as the hards start to become a bit older. But they might actually level out now I think about it come towards the end, because used hards aren't exactly that bad of a tire. Used mediums though are quite a pain, and it looks like Mark Nicky's actually spun. Oh god, he's spun quite heavily and lost his front left end plate, and that could be huge. He'll have to come to the pits and get that repaired, but we'll move on to a battle for the win, as I believe Mark Nicky has let Key Hunter by. So Mark Nicky will probably just settle for the 1 point this race. Now coming out traction zone, Dropy using overtake to try and catch up, but I don't think there's as much he can do, as Dropy doesn't bother with this. And now with 7 laps to go when they cross the line, Mirandix has 1.4 seconds to make up and try and get in front. Phoenix has been neck and tuck with Dropy the entirety of the race, and now he finds himself in a bit of a pickle trying to as he goes fast, quickest in the third sector. now finds himself in a position where he must defend for his life if he wants to win this race. Maple looks like he will settle for a P4 as R10 is 11 seconds behind and is losing time. So that will do his championship quite good considering Luke wasn't racing. Trophy will catch up to Maple a bit. He's the third man in the championship. But right now what Phoenix has to do is prioritize the exits on the back straight, because if he is far enough come the DRS detection point, I don't think Trophy or Moranix will be able to catch up. And if he has that good of an exit, then that could be big as Mark Nicky retires from the race. And we have Fox and R10 going side by side down the flat-out left-hander. And R10 just about edges in front. But we'll move in front, and it looks like, yeah, see, if Phoenix is quick through the final corners, not really that much Moranix can do. Tire advantage doesn't work on the straights. Since they just roll, there's no real traction advantage. But braking, turning, traction, look at that. He's gained 4/10 in that one corner alone, and a very traction-y, tire advantage-y corner. But now, with 6 laps to go, it will be rather intense as we look and we see Fox manages to get in front of R10, but I would not be surprised if R10 gets him down this straight. It looks like both of them didn't get the best of exits, and now both of them will have to be able to make a move. Here we go. As I said, 6 laps left to go. Moranix just has to be close enough come the end of sector 2. Get within that DRS detection point. Phoenix right now will probably be struggling with his tires. There's not really that much he can do. He wishes there's much he can do, but even the quickest drivers on the planet would be suffering to Moranix right now. Tire advantage is everything, unfortunately, and it looks like Moranix will be getting in front of Phoenix down the straight. Phoenix is using all of his overtake, but looks like Moranix has the quicker straight line speed and does have the DRS. Phoenix, will he defend it? No, he doesn't defend it, but he does brake later and give him a quick push. Oh, Moranix is forced to cut the corner absolutely brutally, so that could be a warning. Speaking of warnings, we'll check out what the warning situation is like. Phoenix is at 2 warnings, 1 more warning, and he is out, and Moranix just got his second warning there, so yeah, that is unfortunate from him. Oh shit, but we're missing a move, and Moranix down the inside into turn 1. Looks like he just about gets the move done, and apologies for my little cussing there. Maple, you can bleep that out in the highlights if you want. But it looks like, yeah, Moranix does get in front and does make the move stick, and is now 2/10 up in the first sector, so he might go for a purple lap here. Now we'll be curious to see if Phoenix can keep up with Moranix, or if he can, do anything. But it looks like as each corner goes by, he's only losing more and more time, especially through he's going to lose a lot of time, because traction is everything, and as you can see, he loses the back end, but it looks like he will just about... Oh god, wait, no, he won't get the DRS. Let's if... Oh, Moranix has absolutely bottled it through there, so is Phoenix. Jesus, both have absolutely done the exact same thing, and Phoenix wasn't able to... Oh my god, Phoenix's rear tires are absolutely blown up, it seems. But yeah, that has allowed Trophy now maybe to get DRS on Phoenix. Was he close enough? No, he wasn't close enough, but looks like, as I said a few laps ago, Phoenix struggles on worn tires, so this could be... Oh god, Phoenix, keep your eyes on the road, please. This could be big, as Trophy now might attack Phoenix come towards the end of the race, but with 1 lap older tires, as I said, it will be a bit harder, but that we'll find out, I assume. But now we'll see a move, perhaps, with R10 and Fox. R10 opting not to use that much ERS, and because Fox has a penalty, there's not really that much you can fight for in this situation. As Trophy now on the back of Phoenix. tell you what, might fancy his chances here of a P2. So with 4 laps to go, it's not impossible. As he went quicker than his personal best first sector through there. And we're getting the engine glitch, so we'll go out. But now Dropey will definitely get a confidence boost now that he's managed to get back in the DRS. And will now try and get in front. And he's 6/10 behind. And he's only 600 slower than his previous best. As Duplev has retired from the session. I believe he's actually crashed entering the pits. And that's a safety car! Oh my god. Okay, this has changed the outcome of this race so much. Oh no. Oh my god. Okay, well, Dropey will be forced to stay because his teammate Moranix will be there. But this is a free, soft pit stop for everyone. Even if you are on fresh mediums like Moranix is. Like, you'd be silly not to take it. Will Moranix go into the pits? No, he doesn't. Phoenix doesn't either, but Dropey will. I'm surprised Phoenix did not go into the pits. Because Maple will go. Maple won't go in the pits either, so this is weird. I mean, keep in mind the safety car will probably be in this lap. Because it can't go into lap after lap, because it'll be into lap 28. I don't think that's how safety cars work. But everyone behind these guys aren't. It's only Dropey. Only Dropey opted to go into the pits. But this could be huge. Does he get in front of the AlphaTauri? If he doesn't, then his strategy and his play will be gone. Okay, he does manage to just about edge in front of Fox. And both Williams drivers goes into the pits. So this could be big. If Dropey now catches up and doesn't get cocked by the safety car because it restarts this lap. Actually, he probably will have caught up. He is close enough. But yeah, it is going to be very interesting to see exactly what he does. As Dropey on the softs now will have to be flying. Maple with 6 seconds worth of time penalties could be screwed over here because he was in a position to claim easy P4. Oh, safety car is in this lap, so 2 Williams drivers have really not helped themselves either, and Dropey is just behind these guys, so this will be an interesting 2 laps. There will not be any DRS. I remind you, no DRS for the last 2 laps. So this will all be done on pace. So Maple now in a provisional P5, because only R10 will jump him, and I'd assume Dropey will probably jump him regardless of the outcome of this race. Fresh softs versus 13 lap old hards, but this has made the end of the race very interesting because different tires all across the board could mean for interesting outcomes, as Moranix will hope to delay this as long as possible. Lead the restart as long as possible, and he's gone, and Moranix has caught Phoenix napping a bit, and now we race for 2 more laps, and this is where things get interesting. Dropey now all over the back of Maple. He will try and get in front of Maple as soon as possible, because getting in front of Maple could be the difference in between him getting a P2 or a P4. And he's going to try and go around his outside, and with the better tire advantage, and he's still there, and he with the better traction, oh god, and he almost spins out. With the better tire where he just about manages to stay in front. And Maple might dive bomb Dropey. He looks to the inside but doesn't manage, and that puts Dropey off quite substantially. But now it's all about Dropey, who is trying to race his life out to try and catch up to these 2. Oh my god, he is just so much quicker. The softs are just so much quicker. There's nothing these guys can do. 13 lap old hards versus 0 lap old softs. There is just no comparison. It's absolutely incredible how much these softs are quicker. But now he just has to get in front. He just has to hope that he gets the better traction and uses his ERS smartly, because wasting it all on an overtake could be the difference here. But it looks like that's gonna have to be the case, as Phoenix uses his overtake as well, and they're both gonna drag race down the straight. Phoenix is just about edging, but Tropy will have the braking power. Oh, he goes very deep. That's not going to help him at all, but does get the better traction. And Phoenix, with absolutely 0 ERS, won't be able to defend this. And now, oh, Tropy gets a 3-second time penalty. That could ruin his chances entirely. And that means that Mirandix now has to get in front of, or Tropy has to get in front of Mirandix, basically now, and try and match the gap 3 seconds. This is going to be very complicated for him to do, but Tropy still has his overtake button on. But now, if he can gap 3 seconds to Phoenix, which is all very possible, he could do that. But now, will Mirandix hold him up, or will he go for fastest? This is complicated. This is but it looks like Tropy will be able to gap Phoenix by the 3 seconds. It's 1.2 now, but I don't know. As this goes on, he might be able to. Looks like Mirandix will hold the position, and I don't think with only 5 corners left, actually 3 corners left, he's going to be able to gap 3 seconds. That's very unfortunate. How do you knock out that 3-second time penalty? We'll see if that comes to bite him later on, if he manages to get in front of his teammate. Because if he does, then that would have meant that he would have won the race had he not gotten the 3-second time penalty. But with 0% ERS, there's not much he can do, and Phoenix will be able to catch up on that 1.5 second advantage. But anyways, this has been a crazy chaotic race. At the start of the race, it was all about Tropy and Phoenix, but here comes the alternative strategy with Mirandix, who comes across the final corner now to take victory here at the Shanghai circuit, with Tropy dropping down to P3 and Phoenix getting P2. Maple across the line P4, but will finish P6. Ouch, because Fox and R10 were within the 6 seconds, so Maple's race could have been P4, now has ended up P6. Encore finishes P7, and Kiki Hunter rounds off the grid to finish in P8. So that's been a very crazy race, lots of action and lots of everything, even with a low driver turnout. But yeah, that was a good race. That was entertainment the entirety of the race. But Tropy without the safety car looked like he was getting P3 anyways. He was catching up to Phoenix, sure, but what do you got in front? That is the question. But he can't be disappointed with that. Mirandix will definitely be happy with that. Alternative strategy call definitely worked out in his favor. Well, there you go. As you see, the top 3 and the entirety of the grid on the screen now. There you go. Mirandix P1, Phoenix P2, and Tropy to round off the podium positions. Fox, R10, Maple, Encore, and Kick into round off the finishers with Duplav, Mark Nicky, Wigo, and Dragonfly all DNFing. That's been today's race. That's been the Chinese Grand Prix. I've been your host, Justin, and I'll see you guys next week.